Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel if you've been here before. Please hit the subscribe button and subscribe if you haven't yet already. Please hit the bell button to get an alert every time I upload new content, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. That would make me very happy. Today's video is, and get ready with me just to my eyes, I have done my face before I start this, on, I look so weird right now, the new, not new, but newish Colourpop. This is actually the Yes Please palette. This is the outside packaging. This is the palette itself. It's cute AF. And it is amazing. It's very warm. I actually used every single color in the palette in this look. Did a lot of building up my crease. And then I used all 4 shimmers. It is a palette that annoyingly is often out of stock, but they do keep putting it back in stock. I feel like it ends up going back on sale some Thursdays. I feel like it's going up again this Thursday, and if I can edit the video before then, I will. I don't know if anyone's going to see it before it actually goes up again. But they do keep restocking it. And they do alerts on Instagram, on Facebook, and on Twitter. So it's good to follow them if you're interested in this, because you can get it now. It's just not on sale right now, but they do keep restocking it, and I highly recommend it. I believe it's $16. I'm looking at the website now, and because it's out of stock, it's not saying how much it is, but I believe it's $16, which is a huge bargain. So if you'd like to see how I got this look and dive into the Yes Please Cute AF palette a little bit more, please keep watching. All right, here's the box and the palette. And here's the palette open. And then swatches starting with full zip. Big Cocktails, Champs, Bling, Louis, Buttercake, Spoiled, it's G&O, Mischief, pretty pale, Note to Self, Chauffeur, and French Kiss. All right, I've already done face makeup. I have already used my Tarte 360 degree creaseless eye primer because it's translucent, so no primer on my eyes that is making the color pop anymore. Nothing white and nothing my flesh tone. And I will zoom you in so I can start applying things with a closer zoom on my eyes. So I'll start with full zip. It's close to my own pale skin tone, and I'm going to be using as much as I can the new Colourpop brushes. These were numbered in the packaging. They don't have any numbers on them now, but this is the one that's kind of flat. So I'm just going to pick this up and put it all over my lids, and this works really well for me to just kind of neutralize and also to kind of tone down the primer. It wasn't glossy, but it was just a little shiny. And this is working for me because I am pretty pale. It would probably work for someone with a light to medium skin tone. And it also seems to be, it's a warm palette, but this color seems to be neutral. So it would probably work on anyone with a light skin tone. But you also could use it if you had a deeper skin tone just for different things, more for highlighting and less for kind of coloring everything. And I'm just going to be building my crease. So I'll go in first with Mischief. This is another of the Colourpop brushes. This is the one that's more of a dome brush. And I'm going to get this pretty broad. This is a really warm yellow. And it's fairly translucent, which is actually what I want for my crease. I wouldn't want something really matte, and well, it is matte, but really with a high color payoff with a lot of pigment here. I wonder what it would look like with white underneath it, and in fact I might try it later because I like yellow and orange together as kind of darker colors on my lid. All right, then I'll go in with the same brush, and I apologize for this shiny thing here. I'm trying to avoid it as much as possible. Still really trying to nail down my lighting, so thank you for your patience. Okay, so I'm going to go in now with Champs. It's kind of a peachy, warm peachy color. Same brush, Same general area, just trying to layer these colors up. And I didn't use a color switch or anything because these are both really light colors. I'll be moving into different brushes as I build more. Pretty palette. Curious to see what the metallics look like too. All right. So building that up a little bit. Right now I'm going to go in with the Sigma F63, and this is a lot more tapered. This is the Colourpop brush that I was just using, and this is the Sigma brush. So I want to use a finer tip to get in more precisely in my crease. And I'm just try to use as many matte colors as I can to build this. So going next with Big Cocktails. This is an orange, kind of a burnt orange warm color. I'm going to hit that here. That's a pretty color. It looks brighter on my eye than it does in the pan, which is interesting. But I'm building. And interesting to kind of watch these colors go down. I'll go in next with G&O with the same brush. And this is more of a warm brown, light brown. And I'm just going to lay that down. This I expect to be a little darker. Huh. It's actually pretty similar in color. It's interesting, the layout of this palette. I'm not sure what the layout of the palette is how it's supposed to be organized. It doesn't seem to be going from light to dark. It doesn't seem to be going from matte to shimmer. Doesn't seem to be going from cool to warm. I'm trying to pick up the colors as they seem to be getting darker, and which I guess is why, I mean, it definitely looks like I have something in my crease now, but it feels like it's building up really subtly, which is nice, which is what you want to do when you're building up crease. All right, now I'm going to go in with more serious colors, not serious, but darker. I'll go in with Note to Self, which I know I have this as an individual pan. I don't know that I have any of the other ones as individual pans. I don't know if the other ones are available as individual pans, but this one I know, I think this one was in the first launch that they did of the pans. So this one I'm using, this is my small Real Techniques crease brush, crease detailer brush, which I really want to get in there. And this is I guess it's warm, but it's more neutral than warm. A lot of the other colors in here are clearly warm. And this one is a little bit more on the neutral end of the spectrum. Pretty. It's definitely getting deeper, I can see. I think I only have 2 more matte colors. Okay, going in with Spoiled. And this is really warm. This is is it like an burnt umber? Trying to think of a Crayola crayon box and what that color would be. Yeah, this is definitely darker and deeper. Don't usually use all the colors in a palette, but these all kind of work well together. I wouldn't do this every day, but I did just kind of want to see how it would build. And it's giving me a much more, I think, richly defined crease than I would get if I was just laying down the one color. And then for the final color, I'll go in with French Kiss, and this is a brown. It's kind of neutral. I wouldn't say that it's necessarily warm, and it's pretty dark, so I'm tapping it off. Oh, that's pretty. Trying to hit right in the center of my crease if I can. Pretty. These colors are really pretty, and I can see, I don't know if you can see here, but I can see the yellow kind of still up there. It's pretty translucent. It's not a really fully pigmented powder, but I can still see the color, which is nice. I'll go back in with the Colourpop one that I started with, the one that I used for the yellow and the orange, and I'm just gonna kind of blow this out a little bit more, blend it a little bit more. And for this, I'm also going up. I'm not really getting it in the crease. I'm trying to focus my brush strokes above my crease, just kind of like on my brow bone, just above it, and then also kind of on the outer edge. But I'm trying to avoid disrupting what's happening in the crease as much as possible, because that's where I want to keep the darkest, most concentrated amount of pigment kind of sitting there. Pretty. Really warm. Okay, now we're gonna go on with shimmers. We have 4 shimmer colors here. And first I'll go in with Butter Cake, which is kind of the goldeny champagne color. And I'm going in with the flat brush. This is the one that I used for Full Zip, which actually might be another color that was in the first release. But this is just a flat brush that is in the new Colourpop range. And I'm gonna tap it off. Oh, and also too, I'll say, for as pigmented as those colors were, I got a little bit of kick up on the pans, but really no fallout on my face, which is rare for matte colors like that. All right, so I'm gonna go in with this try to focus it on the center and towards the inside, that's pretty, of my lid. Lay down more. It's pretty. I think I'm actually going to be able to use all of the colors in this palette. That is pretty. Then I'm going to go in with the same brush, but I'm going to flip it over. The color from the first is really on this side only, so I'll flip it over. And I'm going to go in with Chauffeur, which is a more orangey kind of golden color. So I'll pick that up. And I'm going to try to hit that kind of in the center of my lid and then going out a little bit. So not exactly in the center, just to the edge of my pupil. Just kind of shading that a little bit. So not like right in the center, but just over here a little bit. You know what I'm talking about. I'll do on the other eye the same. Oh, I didn't do that. Oops, I didn't use the original color on the other eye. All right, go back with the same brush. Again, this is the one that has the Chauffeur color on it, and this is the one that has Butter Cake. So I'm going to go in with Butter Cake. Pretty. I do wonder what this would be like with mixing medium. With something to kind of make things pop more. This is pretty, but I feel like I know color. I'm going to go back in with Chauffeur on the other side. I feel like I know Colourpop pigments pretty well. And their metallics sometimes are just, woo, intense metallics. And I'm wondering how that would look. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to, just in the center, oh, and I did go up a little bit further than I wanted to. Can I get rid of that? Back in with the Colourpop brush, the blending brush, just to get rid of that in the middle. So what I'm going to do, actually, I don't want to do this everywhere, but on the inner corner of my eye, and I'll bring you in closer as I do this, I'm going to use a Morphe E19. I'm going to use some Fix Plus, and I'm going to put it just on the inner corner. So I'll zoom you in and we'll see what that looks like. All right, I'm going to put it on my brush. And then, so you can see the color on my lid, hopefully. And then I'm going to go in just on the edge of my pan to pick this up. I'm going to tap it off. And I'm just going to try to hit that right on the inner corner of my eye. Oh yeah, that's a lot more pigmented and a lot more metallic with a little bit of mixing medium. Yeah, that's a substantial difference. So I like it without it, but I really am interested to see how this is moving along with a little mixing medium. So I'll put a little in here. Pretty. Wow, that's really pretty. Okay, I'll zoom you back out to regular distance. I'm gonna go back in with the Colourpop blending brush, and just on this eye I was noticing some transfer of the shimmer up here. What I do sometimes, in fact, I'm gonna do this now. I've talked before about the fact that it annoys me when glitter transfers up and down. This is shimmer and I don't want it to be doing it as much. It's just the way that my eyes are when I open them. My lid touches the upper part of my eye. So what I like to do, and I'll come back to you when this is dry, when this starts happening, whether it's happening with eyeshadow or it's happening with eyeliner, I use some setting spray and then I just keep my eyes closed or I fan myself until it's dry. So I'm gonna spray myself just to kind of keep things down. Like you would with, I don't know why my eyes are closed now because I'm not spraying, but like you would if you were working with paint or something and you needed to fix it. Same kind of thing. I wanna try to fix my shadows in pretty much the same place that I put them down in and not have them move around. So I will spray and then I'll come back when it's dry. Okay, that's pretty dry. I think I have 2 more colors. Thought I had 1, but I have 2. So I'm going to use my color switch on the Morphe E19, the one that I used for the foiling for the mixing medium on the inner corner of my eye. And I'm going to go in with Louis. I'm not going to use mixing medium on this. My brush is still a little bit damp from before, but I'm not going to add anything new. And I'm not planning on this being really foiled. So, and this is maybe not as shimmery as the others, I'm not sure. I'm going to put this kind of just out on the edge of my eye, kind of outer V, but I'm not really going to go up a little bit. Just leave it there. It's really interesting how, and impressive how crisp these colors are after all the layering, because I will have, when I'm done, I'll have used all 12 colors in the palette. All right, one last color to use. Last color's Bling. And again, I'm going to use the color switch. Actually, for this one, I'm not going to use the color switch. I'm going to use a different brush. I'm going to use the, I think this is a Real Techniques brush. It's the pointed liner brush. I think this is available in, they have like an eye set. And it's really, I would never use this for liner. It's way too big for liner. But I would use it for eyeshadow under my eye, which I very seldom use, but now I'm going to do it. So I'm going to come in with Bling on underneath my eye. Oh, that's pretty. That's really, how would I describe that? It's kind of like a metallic cranberry, kind of. That is a pretty color. Can you see that? Wow. And I'm only going in, I guess, right to where my pupil is. I might not even use liner. I might just use this on the top instead of doing a wing, which is very unusual for me. I'm really sorry about this light situation. I am considered not filming today, just really kind of working on getting an ideal lighting situation. All right. Thank you for your patience. I'm working on it. That is pretty. And actually, I think I am just going to do the top with the same. I'll take you out a little bit so you can see me better, and maybe the light situation will be better. I don't know. Let's see. I'm going to go in with this on my top lid. And I'm trying to make it not going to bring it all the way over. I'm kind of bringing it the same distance actually that I brought the other. I'm so unfamiliar with using eyeshadow as anything other than eyeshadow, with using it as liner or using it on my lower lid, things like that, my lower lash line. My lower lash line is what it's called. So yeah, I think my fingers know where to go, my hands know where to go, my brushes know where to go, but I don't necessarily, that terminology is not something that is intuitive or familiar to me. Wow, this is really pretty. I've used 12 colors and I can't see every single one. I think with the blending I lost some of them, but I can see a lot of the really distinct colors here. Really pretty. All right, so mascara is done. I used Too Faced Better Than Sex. I did not use Benefit Roller Lash, which I typically use. And then for lips, I used Kat Von D Everlasting in X, and I used Makeup Geek Iconic in Feisty. I really, really like this. It is incredibly pigmented, but things are not getting muddy at all. The colors are really distinct, and yeah, I'm really enjoying this a lot. So yeah, that was the Colourpop Yes Please palette. Please leave comments down below. Let me know if you have gotten it. They do keep bringing it up and having it go on sale again. So you might be able to grab it. I got this not in the first or second round, but I think in the third. And yeah, thank you for watching. A lot to do in the world, a lot to do on YouTube, and I really appreciate that you took some time to spend with me today. I hope that you have a nice day or evening or whenever it is that you're watching this, and I'll see you soon. Take care.